Today, I want to talk about something that touches the core of who we are. Breaking the habit of being yourself. Our lives are often a reflection of deeply ingrained habits, patterns of thought, emotion, and behavior that we repeat day after day. These habits are so automatic and deeply rooted that we rarely stop to question them. They feel like part of who we are, defining our identity and shaping the reality we experience. However, this very familiarity can trap us in cycles that limit our potential and prevent us from living the life we truly desire. Breaking the habit of being yourself begins with awareness and understanding of the unconscious patterns that have become second nature. The first step in any meaningful transformation is recognizing that much of our behavior operates on autopilot. Studies in neuroscience reveal that a significant portion of the thoughts we think today are the same as the ones we thought yesterday. These repetitive thoughts lead to similar choices, which produce similar behaviors and ultimately similar experiences. Over time, this repetition hardwires the brain, creating neural pathways that reinforce these patterns. What starts as a thought or emotion eventually becomes a habit, and what becomes a habit starts to feel like an unchangeable part of who we are. For instance, if someone constantly worries about the future, they begin to condition their brain to expect stress and their body to react as if stress is normal. This pattern may lead them to unconsciously seek situations that validate their stress, reinforcing the cycle. Without awareness, this person might believe, I'm just a warrior, that's who I am. In reality, it's not who they are, it's a pattern they've adopted and reinforced over time. The challenge with these patterns is that they operate below our conscious awareness. Many of us don't realize that our thoughts are repetitive or that we are emotionally addicted to certain states like anger, sadness, or anxiety. These emotional addictions can feel like comfort zones even though they keep us stuck. It's like living on autopilot, driven by programming we didn't intentionally choose. Breaking free from this cycle requires a conscious effort to step back and observe ourselves. This process of observation, becoming aware of your inner world, is both simple and profound. It starts with paying attention to your thoughts. What do you repeatedly tell yourself throughout the day? Or are these thoughts empowering or limiting? For example, do you frequently think, I'm not good enough or I'll never succeed? These recurring beliefs shape your reality by influencing how you feel and act. The first step to changing them is noticing them. You must become aware of your emotional patterns. Take a moment to reflect on your dominant emotions. Are you often anxious, frustrated, or resentful? If so, these emotional states are not random. They are the result of your habitual thinking. The brain and body are in constant communication, and emotions are the body's response to the thoughts you think. By noticing these emotional patterns, you can begin to disentangle yourself from them. Awareness also extends to behavior. Pay attention to how you respond to different situations. Are there moments when you act out of habit rather than intention? Perhaps you snap at someone when you're stressed or retreat into silence when faced with conflict. These behaviors may feel automatic, but they are choices rooted in your conditioning. Recognizing these habitual responses gives you the power to choose differently. Breaking the habit of being yourself through awareness isn't about judgment or self-criticism. It's about observing yourself with curiosity and compassion. Imagine you're a scientist studying your own mind and body. Approach the process with a sense of curiosity. Why do I think this way? Where did this belief come from? How does it serve me or limit me? This mindset allows you to see your patterns clearly without becoming overwhelmed by them. Once you've identified these patterns, the next step is to interrupt them. Awareness creates a gap between stimulus and response, giving you the space to choose a new way of thinking, feeling, or acting. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, I'm not good enough, you can pause and reframe the thought. Instead of letting it spiral into self-doubt, you might say, I'm learning and growing every day. Over time, this conscious effort to shift your thinking weakens the old pattern and strengthens a new one. Awareness also opens the door to gratitude and self-empowerment. When you become aware of your habitual thoughts and emotions, you can begin to appreciate the moments when you break free from them. Even small shifts, choosing to respond calmly instead of reacting angrily, or replacing a limiting belief with a positive affirmation, are significant victories. These moments of change reinforce the belief that you are not a prisoner of your past. You have the power to create a new version of yourself. By cultivating awareness, you begin to see that you are not your thoughts, emotions, or behaviors. You are the observer of these patterns, and as the observer, you have the power to change them. This realization is the foundation of transformation. It allows you to step out of the role of a passive participant in your life and become an active creator of your reality. Awareness is not a one-time event, it's a practice. It requires mindfulness and a commitment to self-reflection. But with each moment of awareness, you weaken the grip of old habits and move closer to the life you envision. The journey begins with a single step: noticing. Notice your thoughts. Notice your emotions. Notice your behaviors. In doing so, you take the first step toward breaking the habit of being yourself and stepping into the limitless potential of who you can become. Reprogramming through conscious effort is the cornerstone of personal transformation. Once we become aware of the limiting patterns that define our current state, the next step is to actively replace them with new, empowering ones. This process is not passive. It requires intention, focus, and persistence. Reprogramming involves deliberately shifting your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors to align with the life you want to create. It's about taking control of your mind and body, moving beyond the automatic habits that have defined your past and consciously crafting a new reality. At the heart of reprogramming is the understanding that our brains are malleable. Neuroscience refers to this as neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. This means that no matter how long you've been stuck in old patterns, you have the power to change. However, change requires repetition and focus. The neural pathways that support your current habits are strong because you've practiced them over and over. To create new pathways, you need to practice new thoughts and behaviors with the same dedication. One of the most effective tools for reprogramming is mindfulness. Mindfulness helps you stay present, allowing you to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. When you catch yourself falling into old patterns, mindfulness gives you the power to pause and redirect your focus. For instance, if you notice a thought like, "I always fail," instead of letting it spiral into self-doubt, you can consciously replace it with a new thought like, "I am learning and improving every day." This redirection is not just mental, it sends a signal to your brain that you're creating a new belief system. Visualization is another powerful technique for reprogramming. The brain doesn't distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and real ones. By repeatedly visualizing the person you want to become or the life you want to live, you prime your brain to act as if those experiences are already true. For example, if you want to cultivate confidence, spend time each day imagining yourself confidently handling challenges, speaking clearly, and exuding self-assurance. This mental rehearsal strengthens the neural pathways associated with confidence, making it easier to embody the trait in real life. Emotion plays a critical role in reprogramming. Thoughts alone are not enough. They must be coupled with elevated emotions like gratitude, joy, and love. Emotions are the language of the body, and they anchor new beliefs into your physical being. When you combine a positive thought with a powerful emotion, you create a sense of certainty and alignment that accelerates the reprogramming process. For instance, if you're visualizing a successful career, feel the excitement and fulfillment of achieving your goals as if it's happening now. This emotional engagement makes the experience real to your brain and body, reinforcing the new pattern. Meditation is another transformative tool for reprogramming. During meditation, the brain enters a state of heightened suggestibility where old patterns can be released and new ones can take root. By focusing on your desired outcomes during meditation, you can bypass the analytical mind and communicate directly with the subconscious, where deep change occurs. Guided meditations that encourage you to visualize your future self or practice affirmations can be particularly effective. Over time, these meditative practices help you internalize new beliefs and behaviors, creating lasting change. Reprogramming also involves shifting your environment and behaviors to support your transformation. The people, places, and routines you surround yourself with have a significant impact on your ability to change. If your current environment reinforces old patterns, it will be more challenging to adopt new ones. For example, if you're trying to cultivate positivity but are surrounded by negativity, it's essential to seek out uplifting influences. This might mean spending time with supportive friends, consuming content that inspires growth, or creating a physical space that feels energizing and empowering. Consistency is key to reprogramming. Changing deeply ingrained patterns doesn't happen overnight. It requires daily effort and patience. Each time you consciously choose a new thought, behavior, or emotion, you weaken the old neural pathways and strengthen the new ones. It's like carving a new path through a forest. The more you walk the new path, the clearer and easier it becomes. Over time, the new pattern becomes your default state. Self-compassion is also crucial during this process. Reprogramming can be challenging, and there will be moments when you slip back into old habits. Instead of criticizing yourself, view these moments as opportunities to learn and grow. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and remind yourself that transformation is a journey, not a destination. Every effort you make brings you closer to the person you want to become. Reprogramming through conscious effort requires a clear vision of what you're working toward. Without a compelling goal, it's easy to lose motivation or fall back into old habits. Take the time to define your desired outcomes in detail. What does your ideal life look like? How does your future self think, feel, and act? Write down these visions, create a vision board, or journal about them regularly. Keeping your goals front and center will help you stay focused and inspired. Reprogramming through conscious effort is about taking deliberate steps to replace old, limiting patterns with new, empowering ones. By using tools like mindfulness, visualization, emotion, meditation, and consistent action, you can reshape your mind and body to align with your desired future. It's a process that requires commitment and patience, but the rewards are profound. When you take control of your internal world, you gain the power to transform your external reality, creating a life that reflects your highest potential. Embodying the future self is the final and most transformative step in breaking the habit of being yourself. It is about moving beyond mere intentions and truly becoming the person you aspire to be. This process involves aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the version of yourself that already exists in your desired reality. Rather than waiting for external circumstances to change before you feel different, you take the bold step of living as if the change has already occurred. By doing so, you not only reshape your inner world, but also influence the outer reality to reflect your new identity. To embody your future self, you must first have a clear and vivid vision of who that person is. This requires deep introspection and imagination. Ask yourself, how does your future self think? What values and beliefs guide their decisions? What emotions do they experience daily? How do they interact with others? The more detailed and specific your vision, the easier it becomes to step into that identity. Visualization is a powerful tool for this process. When you close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself as the person you want to become, your brain begins to rehearse this new identity. The brain doesn't differentiate between real and imagined experiences. It starts to wire new neural pathways that support the traits and behaviors of your envisioned self. Visualization alone is not enough. Embodying your future self requires integrating this vision into your daily life. This means practicing the thoughts, emotions, and behaviors of your future self in the present moment. If your future self is confident, start by thinking and acting confidently today. Replace self-doubt with affirmations of self-worth and take actions that align with confidence, even if they feel uncomfortable at first. Over time, these deliberate choices create a new baseline for how you think and behave. Emotions play a crucial role in this process. Every emotion you feel sends a biochemical signal to your body, influencing how you perceive and respond to the world. To embody your future self, you must consistently generate the elevated emotions associated with your desired reality. If your future self is joyful and abundant, cultivate those feelings now. Practice gratitude for the things you have and the opportunities ahead. Gratitude is especially powerful because it signals to your brain and body that you already have what you desire, reinforcing the sense of alignment with your future self. One of the challenges in embodying your future self is breaking free from the emotional addictions of the past. These emotional states, such as fear, resentment, or unworthiness, may feel familiar and even comfortable, but they are tied to your old identity. To fully embrace your future self, you must let go of these attachments and replace them with emotions that support your new identity. This requires vigilance and self-discipline. When you notice yourself slipping into old emotional patterns, pause and consciously shift your focus to the emotions you want to embody. Actions are just as important as thoughts and emotions in this process. The behaviors of your future self must become your current habits. Consider how your future self would approach daily life. How would they handle challenges? What routines and practices would they prioritize? Begin incorporating these behaviors into your life now. For example, if your future self is disciplined and healthy, start building routines that reflect these qualities, such as regular exercise, mindful eating, or consistent work habits. Each action, no matter how small, reinforces the new identity you are creating. The people and environments you surround yourself with also play a significant role in embodying your future self. If your current surroundings reinforce old habits and beliefs, it will be harder to sustain the transformation. Seek out environments and communities that align with your vision. Surround yourself with people who inspire and support your growth. Engage in activities and experiences that reflect the life you want to live. These external shifts create a supportive framework for internal change, making it easier to stay aligned with your future self. Consistency is the key to success in this process. The transformation will not happen overnight. It requires daily effort and a commitment to living as your future self, even when it feels unfamiliar or uncomfortable. Each time you consciously choose to think, feel, or act in alignment with your desired identity, you strengthen the neural pathways and emotional patterns that support that identity. Over time, these new patterns become second nature, and your future self becomes your current reality. Self-reflection and adaptation are also crucial. As you embody your future self, regularly assess your progress and make adjustments as needed. Celebrate your successes and learn from your setbacks. Be patient and compassionate with yourself. Transformation is a journey, not a destination, and every step you take brings you closer to the life you envision. Embodying your future self is about claiming your power to create your reality. It's about realizing that you are not defined by your past or your current circumstances. You have the ability to consciously choose who you want to be and to live in alignment with that choice. When you fully embrace this process, you step into a state of empowerment and possibility. You become the creator of your life, shaping your reality to reflect the highest version of yourself. This is the essence of breaking the habit of being yourself and stepping into the limitless potential of who you can become.